Hey guys, and welcome to the Fish Room. I'm Rachel O'Leary, and I thought I would take this opportunity with the new year to sort of reintroduce myself to any of you that are new, talk about some goals for this Fish Room and for my channel in this upcoming year. Now, if you're new here, I clearly have a lot of aquariums. I, in fact, do not even know how many aquariums I have, but I've spent the past 17 years completely focused on planted aquariums, small freshwater fish, and a few monster species as well. I write for various publications. I have a book that was published, and I travel nationally and internationally to visit both aquarium clubs and conventions, but also public aquariums and stores in order to share my absolute passion for all things freshwater. And I operate this fish room as well as anywhere from 10 to 25 miniature ponds, or tubs as I call them, in my yard, where I breed fish in the fair months, as well as propagate a ton of various aquatic plants, marginal plants, and I also have a particular interest in carnivorous plants, both for use in my tubs as well as in their own specific bog garden. Now, carnivorous plants are a big passion of mine, and I built all of these gardens, including this succulent one, and my greenhouse, where I also grow more plants and breed more fish, on this channel for the past 4 years. Now, I love plants so much. They've actually taken over my house as well. In fact, we got rid of our television so that I could fit more plants into our living room. Luckily, my children and husband are very supportive of all of this, but as you can imagine, it's been an interesting journey on this channel. Now, I've spent the past 4 years producing regular content, multiple videos a week on my passions and interests, what I've learned, tips and tricks, species spotlights, model communities, aquarium builds, and really just about everything that you could think of. And what I've found is that, it's really tempting to try and chase numbers on YouTube, but when you do, a lot of your quality will start to suffer. And I want to go back to focusing on what's most important to me, and that's the fish. I keep all of my aquariums running for the duration. Most of the aquariums on my channel have been running for many years. For instance, this one has been running for over a decade. And I realize that doesn't always make for the most exciting content, but I take my influence really seriously. And I think it's really important to show sort of the entire journey of an aquarium in order to really set a good example and share what can change, how things can evolve, how communities can evolve, and the pitfalls that come along with keeping fish. Now, I know that this isn't the most popular of sentiments, and that it's often on YouTube especially, you see people, getting new tanks, getting new fish, stocking in wildly dramatic ways. But my goal always has been and always will be to share the ethical side of fish keeping, show you, things based on experience that I have within this hobby, and really just do the best I can to make sure that I'm setting a good example and informing you guys of decisions and choices that we have to make along the way as we're responsible for these fish. A lot of times fish are considered as sort of disposable pets because the vast majority of them aren't that expensive. But the reality is many of the species that I work with are pretty critically threatened in the wild. So it's really important for us to do a good job and let them have the best life possible, and ideally breed them as well. And you'll see in my fish room, there's a lot of tanks with baby fish. I do sell fish, so that is not my focus anymore. For many years it was. I operated an online business for over a decade where I specialized in freshwater invertebrates, things like shrimp, crabs, crayfish, and snails, as well as small fish, but recently have converted my fish room to mainly a display after some significant health issues. So this year I want to not only focus on showing what it takes to maintain and run a large fish room, as well as my greenhouse and tubs and all of my plant care, but also go back to trying products on the market that are more suitable for the more average aquarist who maybe only has 1 tank or 2 tanks or 3 tanks, not necessarily 50 plus like me, so that we can learn together about products on the market. I want to set up more breeding tanks and focus on specific breeding projects for you, and really just focus on the quality of my content instead of the frequency of my content, which means I'll probably be cutting back to about 1 video a week. This will be quite a change for me, but I think it'll really allow me to delve into topics a bit deeper. I also plan to expand my travels quite a bit, as I would love to be able to meet more of you. I hope to visit many more stores to share with you guys, as well as take you on my adventures through my lectures and possibly even the events. I have the hope to finish up the lighting in the fish room, get everything streamlined, really get it polished up and looking beautiful, and just really share with you guys some of the adventures I have with keeping both common and advanced species. There are some more communities that I want to build. I do have some new aquariums that I'm adding, but I'm not going to be doing dramatic, huge, new rebuild projects because I just rebuilt the whole fish room. So I'm really looking forward to finishing that progress and just focusing back on getting in new species to do species spotlights for you guys, show you the nuts and bolts of breeding some of the fish that I breed, and really just share with you what I learn along the way. As always, my focus will remain and continue to be education and sharing of experience. I don't have formal education in any of this. It's all self-taught, but I take a lot of pride in spending a lot of time doing research and really trying to give thorough information that's based on experience. It's been really tempting to chase numbers and subscribers on YouTube and compromise my values, but I hope that you guys will stay subscribed with that notification bell on because you enjoy this journey as much as I do. As always, thank you so much for your continued support, and I look forward to the upcoming year.